I see a lot of old heads complaining, saying that the men of today are more feminine. Y'all heard this narrative before? You know, men are today, they're more feminine now or whatever. And there are some studies, some scientific studies that back that there's lower testosterone levels in men, and that's due to the world being more civilized and not, you know, us being outside as much like we used to. But the biggest, you know, misconception is that the men are more feminine and women are more masculine. And they talk about it as if like that's a bad thing. And I think it is a bad thing to say it's feminine, but I wouldn't say it's a bad thing in the way that these new men are going about life and how they're not getting in so much trouble like we did when we were younger. And this next post is going to show you what I'm talking about here. The FBI data, which compares crime rates in the third quarter of 2023 to the same period last year, found that violent crime has dropped 8%, while property crime fell 6.3% to what would be the lowest since 1961, according to criminologist Jeff Ashner, who analyzed the FBI numbers. So, if y'all gonna have a problem with guys with saying that men are more feminine, then you have to give them credit for lowering our prison numbers, right? You have to give them credit for lowering the crime rate. You have to give them credit for lowering the felony rate from 1 to 3 to 1 to 5. Yeah, that's because of the millennials, because they making sure that they're not out doing some dumb shit like we did when we was kids. So thank them instead of sitting there complaining about these guys going about their business and not committing crimes like we used to. There you have it right there. That's the lowest since 1961. So give them these young people some credit. They not dummies like us. Y'all dummies. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have some smoke for these guys. Have some smoke for the people that started this foolery. And now we got to dig ourselves out of this hole that was dug by the people before us. So before y'all open y'all goddamn mouths about millennials and zennials and all this type of stuff and saying that they ain't working with their hands and they soft, they definitely ain't committing crimes like our dumbasses was. So thank them. Motherfuckers, man. And I'm 44 years old, man. I hate when I hear old heads saying stupid like, y'all may be soft. Y'all, these young people may be soft. If soft is not engaging in foolery, then I'll take that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these millennials and zennials will take that because they're not out here committing crimes like our dumbasses. Man, you got to look at the whole picture, man. You know what I'm saying? These young people don't get enough credit. A lot of y'all wouldn't have remote jobs if it wasn't for the millennials refusing to go back into the damn office. Do your research on that. It was a lot of millennials saying that, man, why the hell y'all got me coming into work when I could just take my computer at home and do this work from my house? So yeah, thank them. Crazy asses. Let's get into some of these FBI statistics. So, and I'll tell you why I put the hypothetical stuff, right? So this is directly from the FBI. You see that? All violent crime offenders versus victim demographics. I got these numbers specifically for this and for what that guy was saying, that all black men are out there causing all these issues. So this is the total of black men that committed violent crimes, all violent crimes in 2022. It came out to 378,448 black men, right? And that's the offender. White men, it was 389,000. So they had more violent offenders than black men, right? Y'all see that? Let me make this a little bit wider for you guys. In 2022, there's your number. That constitutes, you guys seen that in red. I put that in there for you guys. 1.89 million of the 20 million black male population. Hypothetically, and I say hypothetically because women are included in that as well. You see that? And that's just not African American men. That's either Black or African American. That includes Caribbean men, African men, so on and so forth. I just explained this stuff last week. Y'all remember that? When I said if it doesn't say African American specifically, then that constitutes all Black men. 1.89%. Y'all see how they try and spin this narrative that all Black men are bad? I swear, man, I would probably end up swinging on somebody when I see them say this stuff in public. Seriously, that's how much this shit pisses me off. Now let's go here. Homicide offender versus victim demographics. And again, I put hypothetically because all Black men and all Black women are included in this, but let's just say this was all attributed to Black men. Homicide offenders, 8,694 Black or African American people. And I'm using Black men as the bar because that's where, we tend to look towards. That constitutes 0.04% of the 20 million Black men population, hypothetically. And I keep saying that for a reason. Women are included in this as well. Men from Africa, from the continent, Caribbean, all these men and women are included in that. But I just use it as a bar to show how it looks when compared or, attributed to Black men. Let's make this a little bit wider once again, just in case people don't understand what, how society does Black men. You see that? 0.04%. That's how many Black men were homicide offenders, right? In 2022. Let's go here. Grape. This is a popular one that our women like to focus on. The women, the Black women who hate Black men, they always point to, well, Black men are graping all of us, right? Failing to mention that the men that they're trying to divest to, they have an offender of grape rate of 58, almost 59,000. Compared to Black men, 27,000 grape offenders in 2022. Okay? That's a pretty big gap, right? So what makes our women go out into the world, get on these YouTube spaces, and try and attribute grape to Black men? Because if you look at, if it was all Black men, and this is not just all Black men, this is women included as well, this constitutes 0.13% of the 20 million Black men, hypothetically. That 27,000. I don't know what the Black community gains to try and make it seem like all Black men are just inherently dangerous. Maybe y'all can answer that question for me. I don't know. So put in the chat if y'all learned something today. Because I know a lot of people were like, man, so you really mean to tell me that less than 5% of the Black men are causing all these issues in the Black community? Then why would the Black community run out there and say, make it seem like all Black men are causing all these problems? Wonder why they would do that. Maybe it's conditioning. Maybe it's to keep us separated. Maybe it's to keep Black women thinking that Black men are inherently dangerous. Maybe it's for the fact that they want society to believe that Black men are inherently dangerous. That's why I take offense to guys like that brother getting on panels and saying Black men are the weakest link.
Black men are the weakest link. We the weakest link, bro.
When you say Black men, you're saying that as it's all Black men, and that's a problem. So we have to be very clear on these spaces. It's embarrassing, man.